Alright guys, I'm at the mall where I'm working at. Just noticing all the people walking around pretty much carefree. They're not worried about nothing. They're not thinking about nuclear oblivion. They're not thinking about food shortages. They're doing their shopping. They're living their lives. And they're okay. And the thing is, things are going to be okay. I mean, I'm not saying don't prep. I'm just saying that, it's not as bad as these channels are making it out to be. And it's not as a dire situation as these channels are making it out to be. It's a lot of bullshit out there on these channels. And that's why I've unsubscribed to a lot of the channels that I subscribe to. And I'm going to call them out by name. Canadian Prepper, this guy sells bug out equipment and end of the world stuff and everything. So of course he's got an agenda to fan the flames of fear and make people think that the world is about to end. And then you've got integrated preparedness. This guy tries to sell his books and everything, which I ain't got nothing against that and whatever. I'm not saying don't prep, because anything can happen. Also, you got the worst one is forget the name of the damn channel. It'll come to me. But anyway, he's really a doom and gloom one. He's like he sounds like a news reporter, and he's making doom and gloom predictions, and he comes on every time you turn around. He's got another video out with something going on. Anyway, let's see. Nope, it's gone. I can't remember. But anyway, like I said, it's not as bad as these people are making it out to be. Not nowhere near as bad as they're making it out to be. Now things could happen. There is a war in Ukraine, but they're hyping it up. The same way they hype up storms when a tornado is about to come or a hurricane is about to come. They hype it up so much that when an actual storm is coming, nobody believes it. So they still stay there, and they're in harm's way. You can't ring the alarm bell every 5 minutes and then expect people to take cover when actually something really happens. And it pissed me off, these channels, because they're making it seem like every hour something's going to happen in the next hour, and that's totally irresponsible. But anyway, I'm at the mall and I'm looking at people, and this is why they're so complacent and they're not prepping, because I'm pretty sure these people could be spending their money on preps as opposed to shopping and doing their little thing here. But nobody seems to be worried. Nobody seems to care, because there's so much of it out there, so much doom and gloom, and these people are hyping it up so tough, so much that it gets to the point where you just don't believe it. Because when the time comes and goes, nothing happens. You're like, okay, this guy was full of it. I'm gonna go on and live my life the way I want to live it. But anyway, I'm gonna move on through the mall, let you see, all these people walking around. This is the off-ramp. This is a beautiful mall. It's huge. See, it's got 3 floors. Really nice. All the shops. Like I said, people are shopping. It's like no big deal. Nothing's happening. Everything is good. The store where I work in, plenty of traffic coming through. Everything looks good. Business as usual. Like I said, this is a beautiful mall. This place is really nice. Wow, really nice. But anyway, I'm making it back to the car. That looks like one of the guys that works with me. But anyway, Forever 21. That store's plenty of people are in there. The parking lot when I got here was totally full. I mean, I had a hard time finding a parking spot. A really hard time finding a parking spot. But I finally found a spot. Oh, let me get on out of here. This is the way out right here. Let me get out of here and get to the car. And then start my weekend. See, so like I was saying, when I'm not gonna say if, I'm gonna say when, because it's gonna happen at some point, but we don't know when. And you won't get a warning. It won't be like, somebody telling you all the way up until the time it happens, blow by blow. It's gonna be totally out of the blue, out of unexpected. It may not even come from the direction that you even expected to come in. Like this virus happened. Nobody could have predicted that was gonna happen or whatever. They had I think it's like 10 or 15 movies, portraying this exact same thing pretty much, as the virus and everything, but people never prepared and didn't do anything or whatever, and they're complaining about having to wear a mask and everything or whatever. But like I say, you won't get any warning. The government isn't going to tell you because they don't want to panic. They want to keep things as normal as possible. Like I said, if they knew that a meteorite was going to hit the planet at such a date and such a time, they wouldn't tell you nothing. There might be some leaks coming out from different spots and different places and stuff, so they can let their people they want to know. But the general public, you would know nothing. You take your butt to work and work your butt off that day, that week, or that month or whatever, leading up to it, which they would have plenty of early warning. They would know what's going on. They wouldn't tell you a thing. You wouldn't hear nothing but some, rumors on the internet maybe, and some people, some insiders say this might happen, that might happen, or they'll be saying that it's going to be a near miss. It's going to, it's going to be close. It's going to miss us by so far. Blah blah blah. They'll be lying, but they're not going to tell you that it's actually going to happen, because if you knew that the world was going to end a week, a month, a day before it happened, all hell would break loose. First of all the criminals and the evil people in the world would act a total fool, and nobody would go to work. I mean, are you serious? Nobody would go to work. Everything would shut down. People would be doing stuff that they, their bucket list. People be checking off their bucket list, and doing what they got to do to survive, for however long they got, and people would settle old grudges from people that, that they feel that they owe some retribution to, and it would be crazy, but and you wouldn't know nothing until the moment of, so all this videos about preparedness and everything and whatever, these people are just fanning the flames of fear, and actually the economy is the way it is. It seems like it's bad simply because they use this war to hype things up and scare people. So a lot of people have prepared and bought extra stuff. That's why there's food shortages and everything. Well, that's why the stores some of the cupboards are empty, because some of the prepping people that have bought into this lie that the world's going to end tomorrow have went out and acted a fool and bought a bunch of stuff and everything, and food supplies are running short. People are buying more than they should have bought and whatever, or would have bought normally, which isn't a bad thing, but it caught the supply off guard, whatever, because it's the supply chain is really fragile, so something like that happens, something irregular, like a scare, is gonna shorten the supply, so the economy, is getting better because of it, because people are spending money that they wouldn't have normally spent. People don't normally go and buy prepping stuff and prepping gear, freeze-dried fruit and all that stuff or whatever. They don't do it, But by them doing it, they're spending more money, putting more money back and put money aside and doing things and buying gear. And that's making the economy get better, because money that wasn't being spent before is being spent now. The reason why things are screwed up is because of the scare and because of the gas prices and because of the coronavirus deal. People have, tightened their belts, and the unemployment, people don't want to work and everything and whatever, because people have waken up and they realize that it's all a big scam. You work yourself to death and then you retire just long enough to die, because even once you retire, you don't have enough energy to enjoy the time you got left. You done worked yourself to death. You done work, your legs are bad, your back is bad, your mind is bad. You done been worried to death or whatever. You ain't got but a few years left to live. You're gonna die soon anyway. So, you lose out and whatever. And then all these companies and everything and whatever, they've raised the prices on everything because the cost of employment has risen up to where you can get $15-16 an hour for flipping burgers, which is what they should have been paying in the beginning. They could have afforded to pay that in the beginning. That's nothing, substantial. It doesn't justify all the price hikes and everything, but they're using that as an excuse to raise all of the prices on everything. Everything is going up, the gas prices is going up, everything because of the Ukraine thing. Well, they're using that as an excuse. It's an excuse. Because nothing's changed. How can nothing change with this thing or whatever? But every time they bring a big deal up on the news or whatever, it goes up $1 in a week, and then a couple of weeks go by, and then things die down because they see nothing's going to happen, and then it's back down $1. It's back and forth. They're playing the game. They're moving the shells around, and they're charging more, for stuff because they can, And there's really no real crisis, nothing going on to where they can justify these prices of stuff or whatever. They're just using the excuse to charge more. Like I say, people, they're making a big deal. I'm making $16 an hour. I'm making $17 an hour. All I'm doing is flipping burgers, or all I'm doing is doing this. You should have been getting paid that anyway. Probably more. They could have afforded to do it, but they didn't. And until they were forced to, it was either pay that much or you run a McDonald's by yourself. With maybe a couple of managers or whatever. Now they're making the good money. But they're not going to work even for that amount of money by themselves, doing the burgers, doing the fries, doing the drive-through, doing the dining room, all that, whatever, And like I say, because of the virus situation, the dining rooms have been closed, so all the things open is the drive-through. So they're making a killing because they don't have to pay all that extra, for the people that are working the dining rooms and the, at these restaurants and stuff or whatever. They're making a killing. They don't have to pay the waiter staff. They don't have to pay the they don't have to pay the counter help and the people like that, whatever. They're saving a lot of money. They just got the drive-through open and they're making a killing. So they can afford to pay $15-16 an hour, $17 an hour. And then they raise the prices on top of that, which they could have paid that much anyway without raising the prices. This is what you guys have got to get through your heads. You got to understand how screwed we've been all this time. We've been totally screwed or whatever. They've kept the prices, the pay low, and the price is high, and now that they've raised the price, the pay, they use that as an excuse to raise the prices, which is not an excuse because it's what they should have been paying in the first place. They're not hurting because of that. I've had my own business before, so I know. I don't have my business now, and I stopped doing it because I was killing my damn self, working myself to death and everything with it. And I didn't stop the business because of, it was hard to find good people to work, but that wasn't the problem. Finding good people to work or whatever and working good and everything wasn't the reason why I stopped my business. The reason why I stopped my business because I was dealing with the people that I worked for more sociopaths. But when you move up into different ranks of success in life, you're gonna run into more and more sociopaths. You understand what I'm saying? You got sociopaths in every tier of life. But the main tier of life you're gonna find them in is in business and then higher up or whatever, higher up in the business and everything. But the higher up you move, in society, and the more money you make, the more sociopaths and cutthroats you're gonna find, because you gotta be a sociopath and a cutthroat in order to make it in that kind of a situation. And I don't do well with sociopaths at all. I don't like them, I hate them, but it's against the law to shoot them. So, you gotta let them live, and just deal with them. I just avoid them out of my life as much as I possibly can. But that's it. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I don't have any allergies. I don't know where that came from. Probably just dust. But anyway, these channels that are scaring you and making you think that the sky is falling tomorrow, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. I'm not telling you to unsubscribe. I'm unsubscribing because I'm just tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of it. And I unsubscribed to all of it. I still haven't remembered what the other one was. Let me check and see. I'll be back and I'll let you know what the other one was. Oh yeah, Full Spectrum Survival. Yeah, that asshole. He is the worst. I unsubscribed to his channel because he is the worst. Or whatever. He hypes things up to the utmost and whatever. I'm totally out of the ballpark or whatever. I unsubscribed to him because I'm sick of hearing his, sky is falling crap or whatever. There are other channels that I watch or whatever. Now, the Angry Prepper, his thumbnails are like doom and gloom or whatever. But if you listen to his channel, he's pretty right on, on point and whatever. And he's pretty much, he doesn't try to scare you. He tells you the real thing, and he'll tell you that, he'll tell you he doesn't know for sure. He'll tell you that this is stuff that he's heard. He'll actually say this is, hearsay stuff. I'm not, telling you to sell the farm and buy all prepping equipment and dig a hole and crawl into it. Just be prepared. That's the message that should be put out there. Get prepared, do what you can, and then, if something happens, then you're ready to go, and he'll teach you other skills you can have or whatever. You can learn a lot from these channels, even though they're trying to scare you to death or whatever. But at this point, I've pretty much got all I need from them or whatever, because they're so busy trying to scare you that they're not giving you any real information anymore. It's all propaganda. It's always from a source or wherever. Somebody told me, I got a friend of a friend, or this person or that person, blah 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 blah, which they're lying. Plain and simple. And they don't care about lying. They'll come in every day and come up with another video with more doom and gloom or whatever, and they're totally lying, completely lying. That's right, I'm calling them liars. They are liars. Plain and simple. And if you can, I'm not going to accuse anybody of being a sociopath, but if you can lie that fluently every single day and get caught in your lies consistently over and over again and still shoot out lies, that's sociopathic. I don't care what nobody says, that's sociopathic. So I call it as I see it. I've learned to recognize these people, by their actions, and anyway, I'm not telling you to unsubscribe to them. That's my thing. I've taken them out of my life. I eliminate sociopaths out of my life, in every shape and form. If you're a sociopath and I've, diagnosed you as such, I could be wrong. I'm no, psychiatrist or whatever. I took psychiatry in school and whatever, so I know a little bit about, the way people's minds work or whatever. But, I don't have a degree in it or whatever, but I observe people, and I've learned, and I'm seldom wrong. Seldom wrong. I've been wrong, but I'm seldom wrong or whatever, and you'd better be able to find these sociopaths. You better be able to recognize it when you see it out there. The first thing is lying. You got to be able to fight, because a lie can destroy you worse than anything else, because you're going to base everything that you do according to a lie. and nothing's gonna stand on a lie. The whole thing's gonna come falling down. Whatever, you cannot build nothing on a lie. You know, misinformation is the worst thing that you could ever get. Whatever, you know. So anyway, that's why I don't give people misinformation or whatever. I tell you stuff that's real and what can really happen and how people really are, and you know, that's the way it is and whatever, you know. So like I say, the 3 channels that I've unsubscribed to, I'm calling them by name because, you know, I believe these guys are just liars and they're full of it, you know, and they're doing it for their own personal gain, using this situation to get subscribers, to get viewers, to get, you know, their own agenda pushed, whether their books they're selling or their preps they're selling, or just get views or whatever, you know. They all got something going with it. I don't have any agenda with it. I've got less than 300 subscribers and whatever, and you know, after this video I might lose a few and whatever, right? So but I don't care, you know. I'm not trying to do this, you know. I'm not going to do this to try to get, you know, subscribers and everything and whatever. If people want to subscribe, they can subscribe. If they don't want to subscribe, they don't have to subscribe. You know, I don't care. You know, I go to work every day. I work and whatever, make my money and whatever. If this channel gets big enough to where I don't have to work, I would love it. But I don't see that happening. But if it did, I would love it, whatever. I appreciate it if you guys would help me out by giving me likes and sharing my videos. But if it doesn't happen, you know, I'm not going to cry about it, whatever. I'm not going to, you know, make a big deal. But the Full Spectrum Survival, that's the worst, you know. I unsubscribed to him. Integrative Preparedness, I've unsubscribed to him. He's full of it. A lot of you might not agree, you know, whatever. What's the other one? Canadian Prepper. He's terrible too, or whatever. They claim to have inside sources, whatever. From my source, I've heard this, and from my source, I've heard that, whatever. And it's all bullshit. There's no sources. Nobody's telling you nothing or whatever, you know. If they are, they're lying to you just to hype things up or whatever, because they're making money off of the lie too or whatever. So they're all in bed together, you know. You know, these people, you can't trust them or whatever. Always look at the agenda. Look at the agenda. I've got no agenda. Well, I'm not going to tell you something to try to get more viewers. I'm not going to tell you something so I can sell something. You know, I've got nothing to sell. I've got nothing, you know, no hidden, you know, agenda in my videos. But it's just honest, you know, opinion of how I feel about stuff or whatever. And like I say, I'm not telling you to unsubscribe to these channels. I'm just telling you that I have, and the reason why I have, you know. So you can do with that as you know, whatever you want, whatever. But anyway, good channel is Angry Prepper, good channel. DimCAD channel, that's a good channel. There's a few more, but I like those 2 channels, you know, and I like there's a couple more. I can't remember them right offhand, but I'm gonna start, you know, telling you guys the channels that I really like and whatever. And but anyway, my situation, I'm going to try to see if I can do some camping this weekend. We'll see what happens. But no promises. But yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one. Thumbs up.